Hey guys, welcome to a short video on how to go about studying and what type of strategies and tactics work really well with studying and the best way to get through your course. Some students come and actually ask that question, how do I go about studying? What do I do? I sit down and I read through materials and I can't remember any of it. These are common things that we hear particularly early on in people's courses because they're a little bit apprehensive about studying. They may not have been in the classroom for a very long time, may not have been successful in the past, whether it be at high school or wherever. And the whole idea of learning something new can be very foreign to many people, especially doing formal courses like nationally recognised courses. So this little video will just help you out. Okay, so the first strategy I want to talk about is the 45-minute strategy. Now, that essentially means that you're going to sit down and you're going to work for 45 minutes straight with no breaks, flat out on whatever you're doing. And that could be reading, or it could just be watching 45 minutes worth of YouTube videos, or doing 45 minutes of research on the internet, or whatever you need to do. It's a good strategy with, for example, if you need to read a couple of chapters or a long part of a book or something like that. If you sit down for 45 minutes and then at the end of that, you can have a break for 15. So you do an hour in hour lots. Now, sometimes I'd recommend, have a break, go take the dog for a quick walk, stretch your legs, have a coffee, make a phone call, do whatever you need to do, watch TV, and then do another 45 minutes. Now, if you can do that 3 times in a row, or even twice, then you're doing pretty well. If you can do that 2 or 3 times a week, you're doing pretty well. Okay, so that's the 45-minute strategy. And of course, you can amend that so you can change it depending on what you feel like doing on that particular day. Some students can do longer, some might make it half an hour to begin with. There's also the 20-minute strategy. Now, this particular strategy basically is used for on days where you just can't be bothered, it's too hot, you feel a little sick, the kids are playing up or whatever. For whatever reason, maybe the topic is too hard and you're frustrated with it. Maybe you've just got some assessment marks back and they weren't as good as you hoped they were, so you're a little bit frustrated and annoyed. Now, the 20-minute strategy works brilliant, especially for those times where you're doing a topic or you're about to start doing an essay or something like that that's really tricky and difficult and you have to concentrate and you're really just not in the mood for it. Okay, so the 20-minute strategy basically means you say, I'm going to sit down for 20 minutes, I'm not going to move, I'm going to do this flat out for 20 minutes and that's it, and I'll see how I go. Okay, and after 20 minutes, you'll probably find that generally you get into it a bit and you'll have no problems after that. Normally, these very difficult and frustrating tasks that we don't like to do, once you've done about 20 minutes, people normally then get into it and suddenly you look up at the clock and you've been going for 2 or 3 hours. So, as a general rule, the way to trick yourself into getting into a topic, the 20-minute strategy works absolutely brilliantly. And you may do 20 minutes and then go watch a TV show for 20 minutes or something like that. Okay, so that's just another strategy that might help you. And for those, that are busy and don't have much time, your kids might be sick or your partner's in hospital or something, remember that 20 minutes is that magical number, where you can still continue to study and read for 20 minutes in the car or on a train or whatever. Very few people in this world can say they can't spare 20 minutes per day. Okay, anyone can find 20 minutes, whether you're sitting on the toilet or after the kids go to bed at night, you can quickly spend 20 minutes reading through a chapter, right? So we generally recommend this is a good one for those times where you might do 3 or 4 months worth of study and you're doing pretty well. You've got a chapter or two left and stuff starts happening and people are starting to get sick and you're really just not into it at the moment. Still do at least 20 minutes a day and you'll move through the course quite well. So that's the 2 reasons why you may use the 20-minute strategy. There's also what I call the coffee shop strategy, through lack of a better term. That basically means what I tell my students in class is that what they should be thinking about doing is saying, okay, you look after the kids or whatever, and going down to the coffee shop and just sitting there with a coffee or a tea or whatever and doing, say, 2 hours worth of work on a Saturday morning. So you may say, I'm going to do a 10 o'clock to midday or something like that, or 9:30 to 11:30 or something, and maybe have 2 coffees, I don't know. But this strategy works really well, I find, and a lot of people do use it. You can take your laptop down or you can take your book down. You might need to print some assessments down. Another little trick is to say, today I'm going to do these 5 questions and read these 30 pages. Okay, and then you go down to a coffee shop or whatever on a Saturday morning and do exactly that. And once you've finished it, then you can leave and go shopping afterwards or whatever you need to do. Now, the other thing that I always recommend is goal setting. So goal setting is very important. You need to really think about, how are you going to finish this course? How long is it going to take you to finish this course? Because if you're doing 20 minutes a day, and you work out how long it takes you to do one chapter, and then you think, okay, I've got to do 10 chapters, so you might find out that it's going to take you 5 years to finish a course. So you really need to think about how long it's going to take you to finish the course, and how much you're going to get done this year, how much you're going to get done next year, how much you're going to get done this month, and keep reevaluating it. Remember that as you go through the course, each topic becomes, you'll do it quicker. Okay, and by the time you get to the final topic, you'll be doing it much, much quicker than the very first topic, which usually takes about twice as long as all the others, as you're getting used to it. So just think of that through. Write it down on a piece of paper, and every week or every day you should be writing down, today I'm going to do this, 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 and I'm going to study for 2 hours, and in that time I'm going to do this, 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 and so on. Okay, so make sure you set clear goals so you know how long it's going to take you to do the course, how long it's going to take you to do that module. Okay, because I think sometimes people just attack the course and try and work through it as quickly as they can, but they don't really have any overall strategy or plan. Okay, so make sure you're thinking about, in January I want topic 2 done, in February I want topic 3 done, in March I want topic, I want to get 2 topics done, and so on and so forth. Okay, so just bear that in mind.